Hello, my friends. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to handle overwhelm, especially in these tough times. And stick around till the end because I'm going to be sharing a practice with you, a practice to help you with overwhelm, especially during tough times. And my name is Annie Mood, and I am a stress management coach. So my background is actually in teaching. And I never really resonated with the reward and consequence system in teaching in school. So I found a way to help children to manage their emotions through a really lovely technique called emotional freedom technique. And it gave them a sense of control. And I've carried that throughout my teaching career, even as a special needs advisor. And now I've started my own business where I help people to manage their emotions. And one of the emotions that people experience the most is overwhelm. Now, 2024 seems to be a really weird year for us where we are in this push-pull energy and we are in this energy of uncertainty, especially with so much rising to the surface that we have never been aware of before. So I hear a lot of my clients and even people that are close to me, how overwhelmed they are feeling about the chaos in their life, the chaos that's going on around the world. Now, in every country at the moment, there is something that's causing a lot of fear, that's causing a lot of overwhelm, that's causing a lot of emotional turmoil. So I want to give you 5 ways to manage those emotions as they come up. And so the first one is acknowledge your emotions. Your emotions are there to help you navigate through life. They are there to talk to you. They are there to tell you what's truly going on. There's been a research done of we have about 70,000 thoughts running through our brains every day. Now that is a lot of thoughts to be able to keep up with. So we have other parts of us, which is like our emotions, that tell us what our thought processes are. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, then your emotions are related to overwhelm. They're related to fear. They're related to anxiety. They're related to worry. And the first thing your emotions want you to do is accept it, acknowledge it. Don't try to go right into positive thinking or try and change it, because then you've got this conflict, this inner conflict within yourself. So the first thing is acknowledge your emotions. And the way to do that is to just sit for a minute, breathe, and just say, thank you for being here. I know you're trying to keep me safe. Okay? So the second one is maintaining a routine. Make sure that you are doing your exercises, you are going out, you are maintaining a routine, because a routine gives you a sense of control. And when we are overwhelmed, we lose that sense of control. We feel like we want to get things back into our control. And when we don't feel like we are in control, when there's so much uncertainty all around us within our personal lives or professional lives or even in the world, then we start to feel like we are out of control. And as human beings, yes, we want a certain amount of control. We have not reached that stage yet where we can just surrender. If you can, then brilliant, do that for yourself. But if you can't, then give yourself some kind of normalcy. And a normalcy is a routine, right? A routine of doing the things that make you happy, doing your housework, going to work, and keeping a routine at work so that you can feel like you are in control. Okay, so the next one is incorporate an emotional daily practice. Even if you're not feeling overwhelmed, I will highly recommend that you do an emotional practice. An emotional practice is something where you start to work with your emotions and your body, right? You can do this through journaling. You can do this through EFT. You can do this through breathing. You can do this through meditation. but some form of emotional technique, some form of emotional daily practice will help you to build resilience. It's a preventative measure. So when something does happen, something unexpected happen, and you feel like you're feeling overwhelmed, you would actually feel less overwhelmed because you've already topped up your emotional resilience battery. The next one I would say is engage in positive talk. We are all talking. We're talking to ourselves and we are talking to others. So become more aware of how much you're talking about negative things and how much you're talking about positive things. Because as much as it looks like there's a lot of negativity going on in the world, there is also positivity going on in the world. Our brains are wired to keep us safe, which means our brains look out for the negativity to tell us that there is danger. And in order for us to avoid that danger, our brains will look for negativity. But you are a whole being. You're not just your brain. You can start to talk positively to yourself. You can say how wonderful you are. You can say all the wonderful things that are happening in your life right now. Are you safe? Yes, you are safe. Okay. Are you happy? You may not be happy all of the time, but there are moments when you do feel happy. There are moments when you go out for a walk or the sun is beating down on you, or you go for a swim, right? You are in a state of contentment, peace, and happiness during that time. So I would say journal all the positive things that are happening in your life. If you journal the positive things that happen in your life or during the day, you will see that there is a lot of positivity, positive interactions you might have had, a smile that you might have given someone or even received. Someone may have helped you to, open the door for you. So there is a lot of positivity as well. And we've got to train our brains to notice this. We've got to train our brains to see and feel the positivity. And that's the other thing that's really important. You must feel the positivity. When you feel it, you raise your vibration. And when you raise your vibration, you can feel happier. Right? And we eliminate or we reduce or we dial down that level of overwhelm. So what are you talking about with other people? Are you talking about positive things that are happening in your life? Or are you talking about negative things? And then this fifth one brings me to limit the amount of negative input. Now, there is a lot of negative input all around us. Okay, we can choose. Remember, this is in your control. You can choose how much positive input you want coming into your life and how much negative input you want coming into your life. Okay, and if your energy is not trained yet to be above that negativity, then you are going to fall into that pool of negativity, and it's going to be a spiral, and it becomes very difficult to pull yourself out of that. So all of these practices, number 1 to 4, is all about building that resilience and raising your vibration and keeping your vibration at a higher state or higher energy level, so that when there is negativity coming into your life or perceived negativity, because remember, life has no meaning. We give it a meaning. We decide whether something is positive and we decide whether it is negative. So if we decide that it is negative, then it is still within our control. Okay, and we've got to make sure that we are doing all these practices because we are human, right? And there are things that we are going to perceive as negative, but because you've built up your resilience already, you're not going to feel extreme overwhelm. You must notice how negative input from other people, from social media, from the news, from yourself even, you must notice what it does to your emotions. What does it do to your emotions? Does it make you feel anxious? If it makes you feel anxious, then it's not really something that you want to stay long in. Because if we all know about the law of attraction, if we stay in that low vibration, that negative vibration, then that is what we are going to bring more of to ourselves. Now we know this, but people say, I know this, Annie, I know this. Yes, but it's about putting it into practice, and you can only practice in the moment it happens. You can build your resilience for preventative measures, but you can only practice in those moments, right? So life is giving you moments for you to practice, raise your vibration, and for us to become a lot more happier and a lot more positive as a human race. So one of the things that I do, one of the practices that I do in order to help myself with overwhelm, because of course I'm human too, I can get overwhelmed. One of the practices is heart-focused breathing. Okay, and the reason why I do this, or why many people do heart-focused breathing, is because the heart is full of love. It doesn't have fear. The brain has fear, but the heart has love. Okay, and that love can expand, that energy can expand. So we've got to practice and strengthen the heart energy, because the heart sends more information to the brain than the other way around. So what do? We strengthen our heart energy. And what we're going to do now is we're going to sit for a few minutes, and we're going to do a practice. So I would like you to join in. However, if you are driving, then save this for later and do it then, right? So what I would like you to do now is just sit comfortably and close your eyes for a minute and take a nice deep breath in and out. And if you want, you can place your hands on your heart, okay? And the reason to do that is so that you can start to focus on your heart. I just want you to breathe in and breathe out. And you're going to breathe in and out slower than you normally would. So you might breathe in for 5 and make the out breath a little longer. So make the out breath 6 or 7. Just spend a little bit of time doing that, focusing on your heart. Keep breathing in for 5 and out for 7. And whilst you're doing that, notice what's happening in your body. Are you starting to relax? Are you starting to feel calmer? Are your shoulders relaxing? Is your belly relaxing? And keep breathing. And out. And now we can bring in our mental faculty, where we can think about something that we love, either a person, a place, or a thing that brings us joy, that brings us happiness. Might be walking in the forest, splashing in the ocean. Could be a beautiful holiday that you've been on recently. Once you have that image, keep that image in your mind. But keep breathing in for 5 and out for 7. And whilst you have this beautiful image that brings you joy, I want you to feel the joy. Feel the joy. Where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your legs? Really feel that joy. Really feel that peace, if that's what it brings you. Really feel that calm, if that's what it brings you. And now see if you can amplify that emotion. See if you can amplify that calmness, that joy, that peace. Beautiful. Okay. So when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Bring yourself back to awareness. Feel your body, feel where you're sitting or standing. And how do you feel? I'd really love for you to comment below. How do you actually feel after that heart focused breathing? Are you feeling differently before starting this practice? Now, the beauty of this practice is that you can do this for 5 minutes. You don't even need to spend loads of time on it. 5 minutes. If you do it in 5-minute bursts throughout the day, you're going to keep topping up that good positive emotions, which is going to be able to help you to handle any kind of overwhelm especially during tough times. So spread this practice out over your day. If you want to work with me as a stress management coach, I have a link that you can click on, which is called a stress relief session. And the first session we do is we just talk about your challenges that you're experiencing and how I can help you. So if you are interested, then please do click the link. I would be so happy to talk to you. And also please subscribe and like this video. If you feel like it will help someone, please do share it. It helps to grow the channel so that more people can access this information. Love and light. Bye.